Warlords group stage, very first game of group stage, hosted by MemTV, $50,000 1v1 tournament. And we are going to have Daut playing as the Portuguese and ACCM playing as the Malians. And we're going to start this one off on Kawasan. So, Rhino, you good? Here we are. And I'm actually going to switch Daut to blue and ACCM to red because I'm just used to ACCM being in red, right? And Daut is kind of like whatever color he ends up with. Once again, not shooting the Rhino with the TC. Classic Daut. And Daut is going to send the villager out to the pond over here. ACCM should be sending a villager as well shortly. Daut will be playing as the Portuguese. ACCM, the Malians. Malians are really good on hybrid maps, but so are the Portuguese. And remember, the Portuguese get extra HP on their fire galleys, or on all their ships, rather. As we see already a Capture Age update, you can see the clear foundation if it hasn't been hit. I know Capture Age made some updates. It's nice to see that now, if you're wondering why it's kind of transparent there. Daut has shot the board with his TC for a while. Yeah, but he's still you know, he reverts back to the original behavior. How do we think he's going to shoot this one with the TC? I'd say no. Be fucking hilarious if he killed it. It would be funny. You win? Yep. Yep. Reminds me of that Norm Macdonald story. What do I win? It's a heartbreaker match. Well, I mean, they still advance. It's not single elimination, right? They can still go through even if they lose this. So, res collected stat note. Yep, res collected total, and we have relics and relic generation. So some nice things coming in with Capture Age. We'll scroll through here. We only have 3 screens now. There's no military screen anymore. Interesting. I don't know if there ever was. Now I'm confused. Whatever. Anyway, both players up to the feudal age. Portuguese for Daut if he does manage to control this area, and the Portuguese usually want to be the first ones to castle age. He can get all the wood and food from these berries. So controlling this middle area, even though there's only 1 relic in the center, is super important on this map. And look at this, ACCM. He hasn't gone for the early dock, guys. He hasn't gone for any fishing ships. He's just going to contest the water right over here. He's a little bit faster to the feudal age, but like I said, the Portuguese do have more HP on their fire galleys, and they're spending less gold. And you can see Daut thinking about another dock. Daut does see the dock from ACCM over here, and ACCM will drop a second dock on this side too. Neither player has gone for a barracks yet, so the land follow-up is going to be a little bit late, but we're going to see a lot of action over here on this pond. Are they playing with the new DLC? They are. It's super exciting, actually. And ooh, Daut, that's a mistake. Oh, that's a mistake from Daut. He's going to get the dock up. It will be delayed, but at the end of the day, I guess it doesn't matter. And this mistake actually turns into something good as he's going to clear up the scout. Wow. Maybe it's all calculated from Daut. Potentially all calculated here, folks. ACCM scout is super weak, has to run away, and Daut will get the dock up in time for the fire galleys to come out. Res collected on screen is Pog. It is, bro. It is. Super cool. Capture Age working away, you know. Updating. TC castle counter has gone from the bottom. That doesn't really matter, though, because you can see that reflected on the map itself, as this villager is going to die. Nice job from ACCM to know she's weak. And he's going to clear up a couple of these fish, and he's actually going to save his villager, but it looks like he misclicked. He didn't hold shift. He sent the villager over to the food already, and he's going to have to continue building this dock here as ACCM uses the fishing ship a little bit to soak some damage. We'll pull back with the fire galleys, and you can see 110 HP on these fire galleys from Daut, 100 HP on the fire galleys from ACCM, and ACCM is starting to build this again. And he'll need to repair, and that dock still isn't up. Really, really brutal situation here for him. One little misclick, right? He could have already had another fire galley if he can afford it out of this stock. But right now, it's still looking fairly good, and he's got a demo on the way. Daut is just producing fire galleys, and that fire is, well, he's all alone. As ACCM will now be repairing the fishing ship, and Daut will be going after these fish. These two fire galleys extremely weak. ACCM managing to keep the fishing ship alive, and guys, that's the first unit lost from him as he gets a huge demo. KD is now 5-2 in favor of ACCM, and he's going to clear up all of this stuff over here. Now going for a wall on this side, and you can see the transparent foundations from new capture age. That means they haven't been hit yet. That's actually, I'm going to have to get used to this, but I really like that. I think that's a fantastic update. So we can immediately see if there's like a hole in the wall. Ghost buildings look weird. Yeah, I think it's just something we're going to have to get used to. Man, ACCM! That fishing ship is his friend. And we know ACCM will never abandon a friend in need. Never. It's not in his DNA. That's sick, actually. It is. ACCM is S-tier friend material. Wait until he drops the trade cog. Imagine. That's one way to get your opponent to delete the dock. Imagine Daut's like Persians or something, right? That dock's never going down. Just make a trade cog and start trading. He'll delete it. That would be funny. ACCM goes for the full walls over here. Daut Scout is still fairly weak, and there's 2 villagers on this side. Still no barracks for ACCM, though. And Daut is already producing archers from double range. Okay, and Daut, well, he might be a little bit later to Castle Age if ACCM goes for market here, but double range is going to be huge. ACCM does not have any production buildings on the land yet. As he goes for the quick wall there, sick plays. ACCM was in the qualifier number 2 for Warlords, and he looked fantastic. He played so well against Daut. Do you guys remember that set? That was sick. He bullied Daut. He really did. And now he's got the full walls up. Trying to make a gate there to stop that scout as well as Daut loops around with the archers. Daut's getting fletching, but that means his castle age time is even further delayed, and ACCM might just go for a tower somewhere around here to defend himself. There we go. I think these vills are just out of range of these archers. It's going to be really bad if they're not, and yes, they are. So he can complete that tower with 2 safe villagers. Goes for a barracks and has enough gold to buy himself up to the castle age and still has the fish over here, but Daut has added another dock and he will start fishing on this side. Now, the archers and fletching... Ooh, nice villager snipe. They may delay Daut to the castle age, but he will have center control. And he's already getting double resource production from these berries. Food and wood coming in at the same time. There's market for Daut, so he's not going to be too much later. The archers will buy him a ton of time, and, you know, even with ACCM faster to castle age, Daut still might be able to retain control over this middle area. However, ACCM will be fishing over here, and Daut is still trying to get his fishing eco up and running on this side. Doesn't quite have enough to get up to the castle age. We'll need to wait and stall out his TC for the food to come in. Fantastic start to the game for both, though. Really impressive from ACCM, but I think good strategical choice here from Daut to really invest into archers and still not be that far behind. He's only like 30 seconds behind, and ACCM is now going to stables. He's going to have to get at least the +1 armor and bloodlines if he wants to kill this army with just a couple knights. There's a hole there, my friend. You're going to have to patch that. No more fishing ships coming out from these docks. Needs the wood for other things. And it's still open here. It's still open here, bro. Stone wall. Has a scout over here. Hasn't found this villager. Eco KD, 4-1. Both players have lost a villager. Daut has lost 3 additional fishing ships. And he didn't even have a blacksmith. Oh, boy. Great pressure from Daut. Really, really solid stuff here from Daut. He's getting all that wood and all that food from this area as well. Eco is a little bit untidy back here. There's literally nothing under the TC. So if he ever gets pushed off this area, he's not going to have any farms or anything. It's going to be a little bit disastrous. And we'll see if ACCM can actually push him off. He's got 4 knights in the queue. Daut gets the Castle Age as well. ACCM knowing that he needs to deal with this army before the upgrades come in. But, I mean, it's only 2 knights, right? And now Spearmen are coming forward from Daut. Spearmen are a little bit out of position, but the knights won't be able to kill any archers before the spearmen get involved. And that's a solid army from Daut to keep forward. Still on the berries. Still making fishing ships over here. And now it's a siege workshop, and Daut's just coming through. Daut is just coming through. ACCM is going to go for wall-offs here. He's going to push Daut into the tower and his TC. Daut will just take as many villager kills as he can, and he's getting so many here, guys. Daut is getting so many villager kills here.
I am hungry.
He's sitting under the tower. ACCM will go for a scorpion. He will eventually clear that army, but Daut is going to have another army behind that. Now he goes for a TC and some monks. Okay, that's not as effective as I thought this push would be. So good defense from ACCM at the end of the day. But Daut should have this TC up in time. And he's going to have monks out to defend against the knights. He just needs to make sure his base is walled, because that's a nightmare. Holy, ACCM is going to go on the attack. And it is exposed over here, and it's exposed over here. And there's nothing protecting that TC at all. A nightmare? Yep. Totally intentional pun. 100% intentional. Does ACCM see the dock? He doesn't. Should know, though. As a monk, gets a knight. Okay. New patch. Monk's still broken. And that knight's just going to go get healed up. Now, ACCM getting that +2 armor, and he's going to need to push Daut off of this area at some point. Daut will just go for another TC as he slowly shifts all of his eco over to this center area. ACCM, he'll see the TC. He has to realize that there's nothing there. That TC is just not even a threat. It's a non-issue, that TC, in almost every sense. There's nothing there. Yep, Reddit baby rage, exactly. Reddit is already crying about that. Light cav now coming in. Something we never used to see all that often, right? The light cav upgrade. But we see it almost every single game now with the prevalence of monks. New things on capture age. You can see res collected is ahead for Daut. Relic gold, you can see in live time here. As the light cav won't be able to find the monk. Great stuff from Daut to save that monk. They will be able to find this one over here, though. Daut will be coming forward with another crossbow army. The level is incredibly high right now in this game. ACCM, 1 TC. He's now forced to go into siege in defense, and Daut, as Daut does, is just simply playing the macro game. And there's a hole here, and ACCM has not been tracking this army. He didn't know anything about it, and he's going to lose so many villagers on the wood line. 3 bills down already. Make it 4. He's trying to raid at the back, but Daut is repairing. And Daut, as Daut does, just continues to expand his economy. We'll go for another barracks here, and he's going to go pikeman, monk, crossbow. Doubt's not losing from this position. Yeah. Feels like ACCM needs to really do something bold, right? Maybe a castle, faster Imperial or something like that. It's just a really, really tough position for ACCM to push back from, especially considering he doesn't even have the fish advantage. Daut is still fishing over here. 8 ships now. We'll be able to clear up the pikemen forward. Still has the knights at the back, which Daut needs to track. There's still no holes in here, and many monks to defend. As ACCM tries to save this scorpion and might get some decent hits on the crossbows. Villager is still repairing from a long distance away, but Daut will micro that down. And now ACCM comes forward. He buys stone, and he's going to go for a TC somewhere. Is it going to be up here? It's going to be over here on the gold. Monks trying to get the conversions. Light Cav are coming in to snipe the monks, but the knights are dead. Nice attack round there from the Mangonels. Another nice attack round. He'll be able to clear these up with the Light Cav. Oh, big shots there from ACCM. That's what he needed. That's what he needed. Down. Oh, man. I don't know about that, Daut. I mean, it's still going to work out in his favor. ACCM is still significantly behind on eco, so I don't want to say that, you know, shifted the way that this game is going, but it'll definitely give some confidence over here to our boy. He's still in a disastrous position, though. Daut is now on stone. He's getting farms up behind this, and the macro is immaculate for him. ACCM needs to realize that these are still back here. What's the red in the north? It's a pretty big knight army, I'm not gonna lie. He's losing track of some of his units here. Maybe focusing a little bit too much on the center. 40 villagers ahead now almost for Daut. Crazy. My dude. Are we okay, ACCM? He doesn't know. How could he know? He doesn't know. Pikeman coming in. Light Cav raiding back here. Maybe he'll realize there's potential damage for those knights to get. I mean, he needs to kill 20 vills at this point. And Daut will go for a castle. Just fantastic play from Daut. Just really solid. He lost the pawn super early. ACCM had a very oh, Jesus. He had a very, very convincing opening to this game. But as usual, Daut has been playing into the things that actually matter, which is villagers, economy, map position. Even though he's losing a lot of these engagements, he's winning overall, and the knights are finally coming in to the stone at the back. Yeah, ACCM absolutely. Yeah, look at the KD, 90 to 34, and he's still losing the game. That's wild. And now the castle is up, so he's in trouble. And he's got to get a castle of his own, and he's got to think about Imperial Age. But we have 53 on food from Daut. This is not a drill. 53 on food. He will lose some bills. The knights, I guess, waited long enough, and now there's exposed eco all over the place. However, Daut will just simply patrol pikemen back there. He doesn't care if he loses a ton of bills. Res collected, ahead by 7k total. We can see that represented here now. 7k res. More for Daut. 63 on food now. A lot of those are foragers, but he has added a ton of farms behind. 23 farms. And of course he has the fish over here, and he's going to get fish traps set up soon. ACCM is in a really tough position. I don't think there's any coming back from this. Like, you're 106 to 38 KD, and you're still in a position where it's like, it feels like it's impossible to come back from. That is disgusting. That is absolutely disgusting. And it just speaks to what Daut does so well in AoE 2. Is the berries the only reason Daut is so ahead? Berries, the fact he was fishing like very heavily over here. The extra TCs he added early, right? The walls he went for around the gold, so ACCM couldn't do any damage. He's still trying to deal with this stuff, which is obviously getting annoying, and you can see the Eco KD is ahead for ACCM. And he's only like 30 villagers behind now. As the Arbalists are still here. But once we have that Imperial Age siege coming in, you know, bombard cannons or trebs, ACCM can kiss goodbye to all these buildings forward.
Let's go Daut.
Yeah, let's go Daut. And now ACCM is out of fish over here. He's out. There's no more fish in the sea. And I wonder if he resigns when Imperial Age comes in for Daut. Gonna find some more villager kills back here. ACCM not known for resigning early, really. And he's just gonna buy more stone. He's gonna go for a castle somewhere. It's gonna have to be a defensive castle. Can't be a forward one. And yep. It is defensive, but look at this. Arbalist, Pikeman, Bracer. 67 on food. And the foragers are all bringing in wood as well. Absolutely disgusting. 200 population for Daut. 112 for ACCM. Where did it all go wrong here? That TC is not going to last for very long either. And it's very unusual for ACCM to resign like this without taking a big fight. Very unusual, but Daut just got himself into such a commanding position. That was an incredible display of macro. Like, look at the KD, 116 to 50. Over 2-to-1 KD. And he resigns before he even clicks up to Imperial Age. Well, I guess he was partially up. $2.32. But look at the eco stats. 12k more res collected. Food and wood, big portion of that being the berries. We can actually do let's do a calculation. So 3,678 food left on those berries. At the very beginning of the game, 11.3k. So let's just say it's like 8k food from the berries. ACCM didn't gather any of that. And then you apply however much the wood conversion is. I think it's 42 wood per berry bush, which is 125. So someone can do the math and see how much wood and food he collected from those. We already know how much food. It's like 8k. Let's just say 8k. 2.4k wood. Yeah, so that's like 10,000 resources gathered from these berries. That's almost the difference between the two of them in terms of total res collected. Super sick stuff. Really, really solid from Daut. Approximately 69. Nice. Daut wins Kawasan, and Daut wins with the Portuguese here, and ACCM loses with the Malians. I think Portuguese are just the best civ there, right? I think they're likely just the best civ. I'm surprised they didn't pick them sooner. Byzantines against Dravidians now on migration. Yep. That's what's coming up. All right, we'll mark that score down for Daut, and we've got 40 seconds until the next game. Yo, Bleda, thank you for the 5.
Up when I see that Dave streams.
Dolphin, thank you for the 9. We just had a kid. It's yours, not mine. And Joju, thank you for the 15 months. Appreciate it. Sloth, thank you for the 16 as well. Barty, welcome back for 20. Appreciate it. Okay. Games are right after each other. 10 seconds left. So we're into this one. Da-na-na-na. Why not just buy a house in Germany at this point? I don't want to live in Germany. Go. Schmidt.
Dave.
Thank you for the 13 months. Appreciate it.
Dave.
Yep.
Dave.
Yeah?
Dave.
Yeah? Okay. Living in Canada is pretty sweet, despite what online doomers say. Yeah, if you listen to Reddit, holy, living in Canada is a disaster zone if you listen to Reddit. And there's some things that are bad, but I love my country, man. I love it here. Every time I go away, I love it a little bit more. All right, so ACCM playing as Dravidians, Daut playing as Byzantines. And, well, Daut is a little landlocked here. Almost enough to sail over, but I think you can't. Doesn't have the island, which we've seen a couple times on this Warlords version. And Daut playing as Byzantines. We'll see how they match up. Dravidians have been very popular on migration lately. Probably the best overall civ on migration, but they have been beaten. I haven't seen them beaten by the Byzantines. I've seen them beaten by the Japanese, Italians, Bengalis, I believe. Maybe not Bengalis. I think it was Bengalis against Italians was the win. All right. So, with Dravidians, the dock is going to count as a house. ACCM with a little bit of savings there. He'll also get extra wood when he gets to next age. And the Byzantines don't really have any eco bonuses, right? I guess you could classify the cheaper Imperial Age as like kind of a pseudo eco bonus. But it's more of a timing thing. Town Watch and Town Patrol might be nice on the docks to give you extra vision, and maybe on your buildings in the center, but other than that. Yo, We Sleuth, thank you for the 5 months, bro. Appreciate it. This map kind of looks like a face. Islands are the eyes, and the big island is the nose. Wow, bro. Whatever acid you're on, can you send me some? I see it. All right. I also smoke DMT in the morning. Damn, bro. Been smelling those bath salts, eh? I can smell them from here. Looks like Sid from Ice Age. You look like Sid from Ice Age. Got him. All right. So we'll see if ACCM goes for the strategy where you transport over early before you make any ships with your Dravidians. You go for a stable, and then you try and control this middle area. Now, Daut could transport over early and go for a barracks and just spam spears with Byzantines. That might be a play. He could also go for forward docks into fires. He could just go normal docks into fires. But I think what we figured out... Oh, there's a pond here. I don't remember ever seeing... There's another one. Dockable? Fish trappable? Don't remember seeing that. But yeah, what we figured out on migration, and Tato probably proved that point when we were watching Warlords Waiting Room against Viper. You can't just go for the water. if you try and control the water and control your opponent's island and you give them the majority of access to the middle island, even if you have like a corner of this middle island, they're going to beat you. There's just too much res here, too much space in general. And ACCM has gone for that transport ship. So he'll probably send villagers over. He might make the barracks here and the stable. Does he have loom? He does not. And the transport is going to be coming from over here. You mean you can't give too much of a nose to the enemy? True. We can't give the map nose to the enemy. Byzantine castles too OP? Maybe. Byzantines also have a better monk tech tree than the Dravidians, and we've seen monks here many times. Like, if this game goes super late and it's an extended battle in the center, Byzantines should be better, right? But, I mean, they're going to be better than almost any other civ in an extended warfare situation. Villagers get here. We see the barracks at home. There's the mill from ACCM, so he can make that market. I think he's going to go for his stable and then market, right? It would make sense. You could go stable blacksmith, but I think stable market is probably better, and there we go. And there's the stable. ACCM also scouting everywhere with his scout. He's going to find these water buffalo, and he can send those back home so that he can delay his farm placement a little bit. As Daut now goes for a transport ship of his own. Where is that thing? It's over here. He has not gone for a barracks. He will go for a blacksmith. He will go for some extra fires. And he still has no mill. And now he's housed. So the build is scuffed from Daut so far. As ACCM now goes for a forward dock. Has to be careful. Byzantines do have town watch. Can't quite see that even with the fish here. Oh boy. Maybe you'll see it when he transports over. He's got the villager on the middle island now. Yeah, really, really scuffed uptime here from Daut. Super scuffed build. No second feudal age building, so he can't click up yet. ACCM will find this house, and he's going to be looking for this villager. And even though he can't kill the villager yet until another scout comes along, what he can do is seriously delay the stable that Daut will likely want to make, or maybe the barracks over here that Daut will want to make. And it's going to be a barracks, and will Daut quick wall in this villager? ACCM! ACCM's got 2 scouts, guys. Daut's going to quick wall her? No, his own scout is blocking the way. He's bringing a fire over. It is a Byzantine fire, so ACCM needs to be careful. But yeah, ACCM is going to kill this first villager, and that seriously delays this barracks here from Daut. And ACCM has fires here, and he's going to wait for the war galley upgrade to come in, I believe. Fires from Daut are looping across. ACCM needs to be careful with his fishing, but he does have fire galleys coming out on this side. More villagers have dropped off, and Daut is using the fires to protect, so maybe these fires can come over and help him out a little bit. And Daut is like a minute plus behind to the next stage. As he patrols into that dock and kind of warns ACCM that he's here. Might be able to see this transport. Oop. Saw it for a second. Scouts. Tracking this. ACCM can still send these ships over. Good use of the fire galleys here from Daut. And now he's got spearmen, so can't do anything about that. We'll be adding a monastery on this side. We'll be taking out the fire galleys over here from Daut. Manages to save that final ship as the war galley upgrade comes in. Also light cav coming in and a TC on the center island. That's a really good opening here for ACCM, but already a second stable from Daut. And we're going to need monks on the field to convert these camels that are probably coming out soon. Fires are over here, though. Fires are here. And they might kill the fish. And yeah, he's looping them over to the side. And he's going to find these fishing ships, too. And he's going to find these fishing ships too. Oh, God, Daut. Where's your food eco going to be? It's just going to be berries. Oh, this is disastrous if he actually kills him. Killing a few fish over here. Chasing the fire away on that side. Doesn't see the fishing ships over here. And hasn't lost any of his fishing ships at home either. All right, Adam, calm down. More villagers gonna die at the front. The fires had to be pulled away. Oh boy. Daut will need to transport more villagers across because these guys are gonna die. ACCM still hasn't found these fish, which is super fortunate for Daut. And he also hasn't found these ones either. But he did kill another villager here. And Daut will need to transport over a bunch more vills. Probably should have stuck to converting that spearman. But still, things are going very nicely for ACCM as he adds a second town center. Daut is the greatest player in the world for 2 games in every best of 5. Oh my god, that's actually... recently, yes, that has been the case. Sometimes he just like... he looks so good. But it always creeps in again, you know? Yo, Saucy, thank you for the 10 gifted, bro. That's what I'm talking about. Thank you so much, man. That's very generous. Dooged. Yeah, you dodged those subs real nice. I saw you. You saw those subs coming from a mile away and you're like, whoa. You even made the sound. I heard it from here. So, Daut's food eco is pretty bad. He's added a second TC. These fishing ships, I guess, are going to help to keep it running, but 7 vills on berries in addition to those. And, well, ACCM is still going to have 9 fishing ships of his own. He's going to start adding in farms behind. Probably needs to get the water buffalo into these TCs to help him out a little bit as Daut patrols around with these light cav. There's still more water buffalo up here he can potentially take as well. Yo, RightX, thank you for the prime. Gangita, thank you as well. So looking forward to seeing you at NAC again. I'm looking forward to being there, dude. I'm excited. Demos in the dock from ACCM. What can he do? If he converts this, he could get some big demos over here. Bop, bop, bing. Bing, bop, bop, bing. Not enough to win the engagement, though. And Daut has managed to sneak some villagers over here once again for a TC. However, ACCM has already started coming onto stone. It's got some idle villagers behind this. Definitely focused on the engagements here in the center. Mem's going to be there too, I think, Humble Jelly, right? I think it's 5 casters this time around. As we see Daut defending on this side as well. Byzantine Fires have been putting in work here on the 1v1s. But ACCM's macro a little bit better behind this. Saying that, he is kind of running into some idle time with the villagers, right? Adding some more farms. Food eco is getting up there. 27 on food for ACCM. It's only 11 on food for Daut. So if he wants to keep the TCs running, needs to get farms up, or just needs to use the market to buy food, which we know he's never afraid of doing. Hasn't actually used it that much. He's only bought 300 food to keep his TCs going so far this game. I wonder how you'll decide who casts what match. I bet you all want to cast the finals. Nilly usually likes me and T90 to cast the finals, but we'll see. I always say, like, Nilly, you should be casting the finals because it's your channel. But he wants the most popular pairing, right? And obviously, I want to cast the finals. I haven't had any discussions with him about that yet. Why some people are good at casting and some so bad? Well, it's all up to personal taste, right? Some people like different styles. But usually it has to do with natural ability and practice. Just like anything else. Daut is stretching forward. He's going to try and go for a dock right here. There is a Navy there, so that's a little concerning. And ACCM is tracking this. And ACCM is almost in a position to click up. He's still producing light cav. And a Mangonel is coming up. Double archer range for ACCM, so he's going to make a switch into likely Arbalest. He has found these vills. And he's going to deny this dock, I believe. Yep. Right on time. 98% on that dock. It's a Daut dock. As Daut goes for a castle forward, ACCM has a Mangonel, guys. I don't know about this. Can he see the castle? He can. He's bringing the light cap back over. He's bringing some monks as well. He's kind of delaying this this castle a little bit, but his light cap have to focus on the monks over here, and we'll see if Daut can get back on this castle in time. ACCM is going for a castle of his own behind this. Still bringing in the relics as well. He's already got 3. That's his 4th one. Just an really impressive game here from ACCM. We'll see if he can get in front of these monks to block. Daut doesn't even try and engage with that. He runs away with the light cav, and there goes another Mangonel. As ACCM manages to get a conversion, focusing on so many things at one time. Castle still denied. Both forward docks denied. And is there really any advantage for Daut here in this game? I don't think so. I don't think he has a singular advantage. Less vills, less fish, maybe more fires. That's it. As we see the light cab looping around this way, ACCM killing some of his own units. The monk goes down, but the Mangonels are still up. Castle is slowly losing HP, and he's attack grounding here to prevent the vills from coming out and completing that. It's hard for him to keep these Mangonels safe, though, and Daut will come out with the vills. ACCM says no. No, you won't. He will lose the Mangonels, but he's delayed that castle by so much, and Daut still is not even clicked up to Imperial Age. There's an Arumi as well. A whip boy, which will get absolutely whipped. Trebuchet coming out. Fletching on the way. Archers being produced. Still no chemistry yet. ACCM, I don't think, has a university. He does. Just hasn't clicked it yet. And he goes for another town center. Fastfire also incoming. And this fish eco from Daut might actually die this time. Chemistry. Yeah, Daut is in a really rough spot. I love this outpost as well from ACCM. He realizes that Daut is kind of stuck in this corner. I'd love to see outposts over here. Oh, he's already going for it. Look at this. Outposts over here. He's got the foundation set up. He's got a villager shift queued, probably. All he needs to do is keep pressure on this castle and then make sure that Daut doesn't get any sneak bases over to the side. And this villager is going to ensure that. And he also has a light cab patrolling over here. This is quite GG. It really is. And it's just phenomenal play from ACCM. I think it's like kind of a reverse of what happened the first game, right? Except Daut wasn't winning the battles in this one. ACCM was doing it all. Yo, Drew, thanks for the 5 months. Britain, thank you for the tier 1. Appreciate it. Handsome dude. We have a lot in common, handsome dude. 69. Thank you for the 4 months. Imperial Age on the way for Daut. But ACCM is going to have red dots everywhere. Daut has enough stone to repair this castle for days, but I don't know if he has enough villagers to repair the castle because the damage output here is going to be insane. Yeah, it's worth it because if he loses this Britain, he has nothing to defend himself here, right? ACCM is keeping the military away, the crossbows, because the castle was there. Now, Daut can't repair that because there was too many trebs behind. And he's going to go for another castle here. Basically, what this was doing was buying him time to get up to Imperial Age. But he's already in a position he's going to lose from probably 99% of the time. So it may seem inevitable to us, but he doesn't know what ACCM's setup looks like behind this. He doesn't know that ACCM's at 114 vills, could be at 90 vills or something. Unlikely, but he could be. And he's just going to give himself any chance he can get. Daut resigns before the inevitable. Daut Castle. That shit would have been at like 97%. He knows. GG, ACCM takes a game. 1-1. And what more can I say? I mean, just phenomenal gameplay from ACCM. He got the scouts out. Daut should have walled in the villager that was building the barracks, right? If he gets that barracks up, he can have spearmen. Then the next two vills come along very comfortably and build the stables. He should have maybe gone for a better build earlier, right? We saw he didn't have that second feudal age building, which meant he was a lot slower to castle age. But ACCM really capitalized on this, and he looked super solid here. Better KD again, much better eco. Clean relic gold, 1500 exactly. And better macro and map control from him too. Cool. We will mark down this score for ACCM, and we're going to get into the next game shortly. Dravidians win again on migration. Byzantines loss. Migration win for ACCM. Okay. And let's take a look. They are still in the lobby. So a little bit of time. Time for some new civs, hopefully. What's Dravidian's win rate on migration? Oh, between this and TTL, it's got to be 80-something%. 80, high 80s maybe even. Hello, Frankie. How are you? Hello, Spud. What's up, Malo? Why didn't you say hi to me? Hello, Monkey Lumps. How degenerate are you feeling today, Monkey Lumps? Why'd people happy? What's the name of this song? It is Midnight City by M83. It's a jammer for sure. M83 is really good. I don't like that the draft is under the wrong end. Oh, crap. Sorry, I'll reverse it. I didn't realize. Sorry, my bad. I thought Daut was the higher seed coming into this. There you go. Hello, Dave. Can't tell if you're more handsome or clever or funny. That's a common problem that people have, yeah. Hello, Dave. You've missed me as well. I have. I prefer the trance remix to this song. Well, trance music. I am stunned by that statement. No, please, no. No, please, no. What, Michigan? What are you... Michigan, are you VOD watching again? Oh, Trance Remix. Okay. I thought Michigan was VOD watching and typing in the chat at the same time. That would be great. I think I've seen that in my chat like 3 or 4 times. I'm pretty sure I've seen that. Someone watching a VOD and like responding to it, but in the live chat. Is he guilty of that before? I wouldn't be surprised. Michigan is a serial VOD watcher. He has a problem. I haven't seen it with him, but I wouldn't be surprised. Hi, Dave? Question mark? You're not in the VOD right now. Actually, you are in the VOD right now, Mac Badgers. I've just anticipated everything that you're doing. Once again, we'll switch the colors here. And welcome to Border Dispute, where the TCs are super close. There's 4 boars in the middle. So, you know, Border Dispute. Having multiple meanings here. And we're going to have Daut playing as Mongols and ACCM playing as the Khmer. Daut will get both the boars in just fine. Or sorry, ACCM will get both the boars in just fine. And Daut will do the same. Okay. This is nice. He's saving the food. With Mongols, you want to make sure the hunt is expired, right? Because you're gathering so quickly from it. You don't want any waste, and this is one way to prevent that. Look at this. Look at this villager micro from Daut. Impressive stuff. It's like he's been doing it for 20 plus years, you know? Okay, so Khmer on this map, we've seen it be very, very strong. You can hide in the houses. You can go for the archery range right away. You likely don't want to go for the stable because the TC is nearby to a lot of the resources, and a lot of times players will go for the short walls as well, so scouts aren't going to find much value until there's a ton of skirms on the field. Daut has gone for the dock. And the dock is going to let him collect the shorefish. He's also pushing in a lot of the deer. And with Mongols, we can see the res collected is ahead for him right now. And it's only going to get worse once these villagers drop off. However, because he invested the wood into the dock, he is going to be slower to get his production buildings up. And ACCM can just go for the range right away. He actually might go double range. I think double range might be strong if you can produce from it with Khmer. All the deer have already been pushed in here from ACCM. There are more deer that he can go for. Daut still pushing this one in. And where are the other deer for him? They're way, way far back. Way further back. ACCM has found a nice little patch over here as well. So that's fortunate for him. Is he going to make galleys? I don't know. That Mihai Sato set. Man, if Mihai had just queued up one demo when he had the res right away, oh, baby. He would have blown him to smithereens. Barracks coming up from Daut, and Daut is at 17 vills. He has loom. Oh, I guess he went up a little bit faster than ACCM. I thought, for some reason, I thought ACCM was up faster than him. All right, so Daut's going to be in Feudal Age first. And he should have enough for the archer range once he gets there. I'd be very surprised if he went scouts here. But he's not on gold. I think he is going scouts. Maybe he feels like ACCM is going to go skirms. No, it's a range. Okay. It's skirms for Daut. It's skirm spear. That makes sense. Double bit axe on the way. ACCM will go for range. Stable! Okay. Maybe a range right after that. Very interesting. Nothing yet out from the dock, and Daut is still getting the food in from this, and now ACCM goes for a dock of his own. Daut has not scouted this. If ACCM opens demo, as he tries to steal the pigs, and he'll manage to get away with one. If he knows the villagers are here, he can open demo and try and kill those vills. Oh, he's really cooking now. Oh, yeah. Here it comes. I've never been more excited about anything in my entire life. No, dude. What the fuck? What is this? I hate it. Villagers hopping in houses over on this side. I just want to end the stream. As we see the archer range now coming up from ACCM, and imagine a world in which a demo came out. ACCM is going to be feeling like, oh man, I really screwed up here. I really screwed up. I should have kept the demo. I really messed this one up. He could have got 3 villagers instantly. He could have Thanos snapped Daut's eco. Except it wouldn't have been 50%, but it would have been incredibly balanced. Skirmishers coming out from ACCM. Daut, 6 skirms on the field. ACCM scouts are still roaming around. And the fire galley will give him water control for the foreseeable future. And he can now take the shorefish on this side. Still needs to deal with this army at the back. Daut, keeping some army at home. ACCM still has a scout inside here. And Daut knows that he needs to keep a ton of spearmen at home to protect himself. As he goes for a blacksmith, though. Damn, I'm just so disappointed. I don't know what to say. I thought he was a gamer. Don't have the Boris mod enabled, unfortunately. But Daut will deal with that bear, and Daut is going to have a very annoying army back here of skirmishers and spearmen. And he's got enough of them that ACCM pretty much needs to keep all of his skirms at home. And now it's Daut's turn to go for a demo. If he suspects this. Scouts coming forward, and as you can see, like, the scouts on this map, it feels like they're never going to find eco damage in Feudal Age. The best you can do with them is to help out your army. Fletching is in from Daut. Fletching is not in from ACCM. And I don't think ACCM even has a blacksmith. He doesn't. So the skirmishers are going to be worse from him. But the scouts are on the field. And the spearmen are a little bit out of position. Daut will need to bring those in to help his army out. And ACCM will need to keep the skirmishers close to snipe those things down. ACCM pulls these away. There's still fish to be had, but he's like, meh. Not super sure about hanging out there. He knows what he could have had with that demo, so he's just going to pull the vills back to the gold. Go for fletching himself and try and loop around and cut off this army. He's probably going to bring the scouts and skirms over to this side, right? Then he'll have some reinforcements from this side to help him out. And he wants to find kills on those spearmen, so he can just clean up the skirmish army for free with his scouts. However, Daut is going for a market back here, so he might be trying to get up to Castle Age faster than his opponent. And this is enough to clear this army, right? If Daut hangs around, this is enough. Scout goes down. Spears are going down. It's almost to the point where ACCM can just try and kill skirms with his own skirms. He doesn't even need to worry about micring down those scouts. And yeah. Daut wants to go up to Castle Age, but he's going to run into some issues. dealing now with the skirms and the scouts over on this side. So he's selling a lot, he's buying a lot, and he's trying to click up, but now he's in a position where he needs to worry about a forward army coming towards his eco. How many skirms does he have? 3. And only 4 spearmen. Does click up to Castle Age, though. ACCM is not going to be too far behind him, and I don't think he's going to spend his stone. He's not going to end up selling that stuff as Daut tries to go for a stable now. And ACCM, if he brings his skirms forward, could be in a position to deny this, but I think Daut's going to get that up. 4 villagers building. Skirms aren't enough to stall that. Might be enough to snipe down these spears. But it's very delicate micro here, and you're going to miss click a lot. Both players. ACCM's going to lose a lot of his scouts, but he will kill villagers from Daut. 2 villagers down. And he's going to kill the skirmishers now, as he managed to delay that stable quite a bit. So if Daut wanted to get bloodlines on the way up, well, it's going to delay that. And if Daut wanted to mass scouts on the way up, it's going to delay that as well. And his food eco is not very good. ACCM just clicks up naturally. My man has 19 farms, as Daut is now on stone, and Daut's definitely thinking of forward castle. It's at this point where ACCM should keep a demo in his dock. 1 demo, just in case. Imagine if Daut places a castle here, and you can still sail on this sandy terrain, and you go and you demo the... Imagine. Bloodlines coming in for ACCM, armor coming in for ACCM, stable coming up for ACCM, and he's a minute and a half away from Castle Age as Daut reaches, goes for Step Lancers, but it's only from 1 stable. How many demos to kill a cat? Well, let's not start talking about how many demos we need to kill a castle, bro. But it's like 26. Uh-oh. That's an overchop. Villagers can garrison in the house. ACCM is 20 seconds away from knights, but these step lancers are going to be incredibly annoying. Maybe he can quick wall them in. Maybe he can't. That's good damage. Still idled in the houses. And Daut is now buying stone. Goes for a castle here. I think that fire galley will spot the castle. And you can see that you can, you know, go on this sandy terrain. And imagine he had a demo. He'd be able to kill 3 villagers. As ACCM tries to go for a tower. Tower never denies the castle, my dude. Why are we going for a tower here? You know better than this. Fire galley working away on the vills. Knight working away on the vills. He needs to abandon the tower attempt. He will find more villager kills. But his wood eco is now in absolute shambles. Still has 10 villagers over here. Garrison in the houses. He will eject them now. And ACCM is in a really rough position because Daut has his castle forward. He has the ability to make Mangonite now. ACCM needs to definitely go and raid Daut's base with these knights. He's going to try and protect himself, but he probably needs a monastery to help against the Step Lancers, if possible. Would love another TC. However, he needs to start applying pressure to Daut's base because it is wide open. Nice kills on the Step Lancers here. Really, really good stuff. And, you know, he does have 7 knights, although one of them is purely theoretical. 2 HP only on that guy. Daut will try and go for another TC. That's going to help him a lot. 42 vills for both.
Dave, Neely wants me to pay $10,000 to spend a day at NAC 5. Can you help me negotiate him down to $2,500 to hang out there?
I'll try my best, Apex. Maybe tell him you're going to keep feeding him money in poker. I'll let you in. Thank you for the 25 bucks. Appreciate it. That's going to be some villager kills, and I love the recognition from ACCM to send these knights forward. 2 more vills dead from Daut. There's some weak villagers in here if ACCM notices it. Could kill a bunch. Daut is working away on this TC now. He's still trying to raid with some Mangadai, but ACCM, well, he could go for another TC shortly at the back as he continues raiding underneath the TC. Daut doing a good job trying to save these. Villager count is 44 for ACCM, 43 for Daut, and he's going to lose some more here. Ooh, there are some painful raids. Really, really painful stuff. 42 against 39 as Daut goes for another town center. However, ACCM is still really struggling to defend himself. He doesn't have another TC yet. He's just placing it now. And Daut is clearing up the knights. The forward castle was just so huge for Daut. And ACCM misplayed when he saw that, right? It went for the tower. I think you just got to abandon this position, try and TC back here and raid with some knights maybe. Yeah, he knows he's in trouble. Forced to go into skirm. The good thing for ACCM is that the eco for Daut is still tragic. He doesn't even have Bodkin Arrow, and the Mangadai are going to be very weak, and we can see Mangadai numbers maybe going down if he targets the weak ones. But Daut will manage to keep these alive for the time being, and he's just going to maybe even garrison these. Heal them up a little bit. 44 vills for ACCM, 45 for Daut. There's the monastery right there. How many towers to deny a castle? It all depends on how many vills they're building. With that many villagers, he was never going to deny that, even if he tried to make 3 towers. These Mangadai are weak. Some of them are anyway. ACCM keeping some of his weak knights at home. And he's unable to clear up the Mangadai numbers here from Daut. But he should get a monk out to try and heal these guys. Be able to deal with that camel as well as he goes for a siege workshop. Daut is gaming now, though. 10 Mangadai, Bodkin Arrow on the way. 2 TCs behind this, getting his food eco set up. Maybe 3 TCs, rather. And yeah, Daut should be in a position after denying all of these farms over here. Should be in a position to carry this one home. He doesn't have ballistics, but it feels like he has ballistics. The snipe on the monk there, the snipe on the knights as well. Two scorpions. With these weak Mangadai, maybe he can get some kills with the scorpions. Right? If he gets a good volley, he can potentially kill 3 Mangadai right off the rip. He gets 1. Still no bloodlines for these, still no armor, and they're destroying. I've been watching Game of Thrones. Do you think that the Thraki are more similar to the Huns or the Mongols? Well, they don't have a lot of horse archers. It's kind of the specialty. I think they're just a generic steppe type of people. All right, 4th TC. Oh god, ACCM. 45 villagers, Daut is at 70. 17 Mangadai. He's back on stone again. Thinking about a castle forward somewhere for sure. And ACCM is just in damage control mode, but there's no, like... Imagine a demo There's no damage control to be done here that's going to bring you back into the game. Both the Huns and Mongols wore armor and used tactics. Okay, apparently the Dothraki never used tactics at all. Oh my! Okay. Daut is losing more Mangadite to this than he should have, for sure. But I don't know if it's enough to bring ACCM back. He's still losing Mangadite to the Scorpions. Daut is at 82 vills. He's 30 villagers ahead. He is going to have enough for a castle very shortly, as ACCM will get the conversion here on the Mangadite. And there's more Scorpions, but Daut, well, there's a castle spot. It's opened up. He goes for it here. There's one that's opened up right here, Daut. It's open right here, brother. It's open right here, bruh. He doesn't want to risk it. Guys, it's a brand new Daut. He doesn't want to risk it. Roman Scorpion or Khmer Scorpion, what's better? I would like the Roman one better. Actually, no. Late game, probably Khmer. With the double bolt, extra range. Probably Khmer. Mangadai are everywhere. Do we even really need to talk about what's happening in this game? I mean, ACCM's staying in here, but for what? He's got... Let's see how many farms he's placed. He's got 35 farms, but he currently has 8 on food. And Daut might just buy himself another castle right here, honestly. Could go up to him. Could just keep spamming Mangadai. I mean, it is really fun to play Mangadai as ACCM tries to go for big counter rate of his own. The castle here is inevitable, right? It's like the sun coming up and going down. It's inevitable. He's going to go up to Imperial Age. He's not going to buy a castle. Damn, dude. Bop. There we go. Picks up. Scorpion's still defending. It is inevitable, Mr. Anderson. Daut, are you here? Daut. Oh. He's gaming. We just needed a slight distraction. There it is. Is it time to resign again? It was time to resign about 10 minutes ago. 12 skirms for ACCM. He's got ballistics as well, but he'll probably resign once Imperial Age comes in. Just a monk and his pig. That's super cute. Just a monk and his pig. GG. Daut won that with the forward castle. ACCM, well, he was just too slow to castle age, right? He didn't go for a stone of his own for a castle, and Daut rightly realized that even if he's in a worse economic position, as long as he gets this forward castle here on the gold, on the TC, he's going to win, because ACCM can never push that back in castle age. I think the second TC timing was beautiful from Daut as well. Made sure his eco couldn't be rated to the point where he's going to fall too far behind. And kept up production, of course. That hole, though, was probably the game-changing moment for ACCM. I think if that hole doesn't, happen, the Step Lancers don't get in, right? They're picking away at the walls, and then ACCM doesn't have to try and react to this castle while he's also running away and has 10 villagers garrisoned on this side. It was just a disaster moment. So good pressure from Daut. You create your own luck, right? Once again, better eco for Daut. And we go to the next game with ACCM being down 2-1. And we mark down border dispute as a win for Daut, and we mark down a win for the Mongols and a loss for the Khmer. Cool. What is this, Selwink? No. What is this? That's not what I wanted to show, but yeah, I don't know what that is. I veto that. That's gross. A tournament template, yeah. We veto that. Get that refunded. Looking is good, though. That's a good emote. All right. So, we will be going into the next game shortly. They're in the lobby right now. It's going to be Haboob. And, guys, we might see the new sit. Yep. Yep. Armenians versus Georgians. Very first time we've seen this in a tournament match. Very first time we've seen this in a tournament match. Armenians, Georgians. And it's going to be on Haboob. I think I'm actually going to, just in case, because we got to be into this quickly, I'm going to actually restart my game so I don't get stuck on the loading screen. We still have a minute left on the spec delay. Haboob is something you need to watch early, and I want to see the builds from these guys as well with these civs. So each of these civs has access to the mule cart, which is like a portable lumber camp / mining camp. You can also collect hunt to it. The Armenians can go for infantry earlier. So we might see spearmen in Dark Age, for example. We could see pikemen in Feudal Age. You can see halberdier in Castle Age, as well as longsword in Feudal Age. You can't do men-at-arms in Dark Age, though. That's the only exception. Georgians, they can go for the eco boost from their monasteries, or what is it called? Fortified churches. They can also repair for 50% less resources, so we could see a douche, potentially. What sort of civ are Georgians? Georgians are like cavalry civ, I guess. Cavalry monk civilization, kind of. Let's see. Anyway, here we are. We got Daut playing as the Georgians, and he's going for a barracks right away. And you can see he starts with that mule cart, so he's going to keep it right next to his straggler trees. And he's pulling in the rhinoceros right away. This is an interesting build-up from him. And oh my god, the barracks right away from ACCM as well. He doesn't have a mule cart yet. And we'll see if he goes for spearman. He is. He's doing the spearman rush, guys. But Daut already has the barracks, and he's going to start making militia instantly. So we have activity right off the rip for both of these players. And we'll switch Daut once again to the blue. ACCM will stay in the red. Just to keep it consistent for what we've seen, as ACCM finds that militia with his scout. So he knows exactly what's happening here. 2 spears and a scout will beat a militia. ACCM needs to make sure he's going to have enough food and wood coming in. As we see those spears already doing some decent damage there. And Daut's Strush is a little bit nerfed, maybe, by this. Also going to be able to lame with the spearman. Now Ostrich will die. So Daut can't push these in. Daut has now shifted his mule cart over to the wood line. And ACCM is laming everything. And ACCM's got all of his goats in towards his TC. He's now making a militia of his own. And successfully kills the remaining ostrich. Okay. 2 spearmen and a militia and a scout versus 3 militia and a scout. The 3 militia and a scout should win this, but ACCM can continue to make spearmen. His eco is slightly disastrous, and he's building a mule cart of his own. Still really doesn't have any wood income at all. Daut starting with that mule cart early. Got a very efficient wood line. And you can see Daut, look at Daut's efficiency on his eco. It's wild. He's got a mule cart now in the gold as he produces more militia, but he's at 92%. That is like unheard of. Mule cart now making its way over to the woodline from ACCM. He really, really needs some more wood income. He's getting loom now and maybe thinking about going up to feudal age. As he runs away with the spearman, Daut still producing militia. Damn, dude. Efficiency for both of these players on their eco is kind of insane as ACCM tries to push in the ostrich. Daut's going to make his way over here. Needs to just push this in and then shoot it with his vills as fast as possible. And it's not going to succeed. He is going to click up to feudal age, though, significantly faster than Daut, but Daut is going to have 6 militia. As ACCM now comes out to the berries. You need a mill on the berries. You can't take it with a mule cart. But maybe you can kill the mule cart from your opponent. Maybe. He'll make his way over to the woodline, and Daut, well, he's thinking about engaging with the vills. And I guess this is like one of those things you can do with this civ. If you chase after with the vills, you can just bring the mule cart with them. So they can go back to work immediately. If you want to fight with villagers. So, ACCM can get longsword in feudal age. It's far more likely that he will go for pikeman in feudal age, however. And I think a pikeman does win the 1v1 against militia. They have the same attack and a little bit more HP. Can you make a wall of mule carts? You can, but it's very expensive. Efficiency for Daut's eco is still insane. These mule carts are hugging the wood line. You can't even see the vills behind this mule cart. He still has 6 militia. He's thinking about clicking up soon. We have more militia, though, for ACCM. And ACCM will be able to get the men-at-arms upgrade. As he chases the scout away from Daut. His scout is more powerful because of the feudal H. And he's been hiding the militia that he's going for. And he's actually going for an archer range as well. So it's not an all-infantry approach here. Very fascinating opening. It's so different from other civs. The mule carts just, it seems like they change everything. Not having to invest into a static eco building is huge. And I think Daut really wants to clear up these men-at-arms before they potentially become longswords. But, I mean, ACCM doesn't have the eco to go for longsword here. And Daut is still queuing up a ton of his own men-at-arms. I mean, or soon-to-be men-at-arms militia. He's got 7 of them right now. That's crazy talk. ACCM takes the fight, though. ACCM takes the fight. Daut is going to take out a lot of these men-at-arms. ACCM kills a villager. And he kills a ton of the militia from Daut. However, Daut is still producing. He's got 5. As ACCM now goes for supplies. And the archer is on the wood line as well. Daut will go for a range of his own. And guys, I've never seen anything like this. In AoE 2. In high-level AoE 2. This is just such a weird opening to a game. What a strange, strange situation we found ourselves in. And Daut only has 3 men-at-arms. ACCM has forced him to stop producing. ACCM is going to come forward with the tower, and I think ACCM is going to win this one. Archers are on the berries over here. Daut will need to abandon. There's only 32 food left on those, though. ACCM takes another fight over here. Daut clears that up, and he's going into skirms. But the tower is going to be concerning. He can just move the mule carts this way, but you can only move so far, and then you're super exposed. Why tower rush a mule civ? Because you can get through here, dude. The farther Daut gets from this area, the less secure this woodline is. I think it's fine. I think this tower is fine too. I think it's perfectly fine. Militia now looping around. Scouts still fairly high HP. ACCM at 31 villagers. He'll take out another house, and Daut might be housed. And you can actually send a mule cart forward here to deal with this potentially. Daut just walls back further with these mule carts. As the scouts and the militia are at the back of the base, ACCM is realizing it now. No, Vills shouldn't be able to hide inside the mule cart. Stop trying to buff mule carts. They can... Mule carts can't garrison in towers. So if ACCM wants to keep this thing safe, he can bring it back to his own tower. Fletching is already in for ACCM. Fletching is in for Daut as well. And that's some good damage there on the archers as the militia are going down. And the scout as well. Fantastic defense back here from ACCM. And he goes for the stable as Daut goes for a tower to protect his woodline. Daut realizes the importance of protecting this area. Even if chat doesn't. And this tower is really nice. Already forces Daut to delete 3 farms. Should probably wall these in as well. While you're here. Probably wall them in. But decides not to. Really at the limit for eco this entire game, ACCM. As Daut sees the stable and he's going to back up and he's going to go all the way around with those skirmishers. Skirmishers are not where they need to be right now. Which is defending this side. There's only 2 of them over here. Daut's about to get that armor. Maybe ACCM can find some good engagements against them before the armor comes in, but nope. Armor is in now. 37 villagers for both. Efficiency is still pretty good for both of them. And he almost gets a villager, but not quite. He's going to get her now. Yep. Second villager kill of the game. 300 gold in the bank for ACCM. He's housed again. Still on stone, so maybe think about another tower as he snipes another villager on this side. And Daut skirms have finally made it back across this way. And ACCM can't really decide where he wants that tower. Does he know about the tower from Daut? He does. And he goes for one anyway. He has archers to garrison inside here if he wants to win the tower war. And the skirms have to respect the fact that there's towers over here. Also, this wall is super nice from ACCM, right? Daut can harass this wood line, but he's going to have to funnel all the way past her, past the stable, past the range, if he wants to do damage. And that's where he's going. Might be looking to cut off reinforcements as well. ACCM has to be careful about that. Let's see already, though. No villager idle time garrison in that tower. And Daut is forced to garrison 5 vills. Market coming up from ACCM. Market is already up from Daut. He's usually the first person to make that in a 1v1. No exception here. And he already sells and he's trying to buy his way up. ACCM has a ton of gold in the bank. He wants to make that happen. And he could just move the mule cart over to the side of the stone where he can officially take that. Or efficiently, not officially. Officially and efficiently take the stone safely. It's now buying food, and both players are going to click up at around the same time. Daut's up a little bit earlier with the skirms. ACCM still has these scouts here, but there are 4 archers mixed in there for Daut. I wonder if he thinks ACCM only has 1 scout in this stable. One of those archers is super weak. Could go down right away. As we see more archers and skirms looping around this way. Need to make sure there's not another overchop here. 82 wood on that. All the army is forward from both players. Tower's still working away. Daut will lose that position. Armor coming in for the cavalry now from ACCM. Still hasn't really noticed this. Should probably shift the mule cart over here. And Daut's just going in. ACCM needs to wall this off. He doesn't. He's coming in with the scouts. He doesn't wall it off. He's fine with this, apparently. And the scouts have armor in 6 seconds, guys. Daut will just try and get as many villager kills as he can, likely. But it's mostly skirmishers over here. And ACCM can simply delete this house and come over and clear all of this stuff. He's got some archers alive in the towers forward. He's taken out the tower from Daut. And he's going for a defensive tower of his own as all of the scouts appear to have died. How many villagers did Daut kill in this process, though? So far, only 1. Castle Age is in. Tower is going to go up. And another villager will die because ACCM's not paying attention. And he goes for a siege workshop over on this side. Daut going for crossbows now. This archer will get cleared. The skirmisher will get cleared. The woodline will be safe for now. And a knight will come out to deal with this army. And ACCM still has these archers in the towers forward. Fortified church from Daut. And that will get him a slightly more efficient eco. As we see a fortified church rush now from ACCM on the center. If you garrison villagers in that, it will fire arrows. However, you can't overestimate the damage it's doing. It's similar to like a tower garrison without fletching. It's super underwhelming. Also, ACCM will get the relic initially in that first fortified church. So it needs to make sure that Daut doesn't kill that, steal it. Archer's still chasing. Monk now coming out from ACCM. Skirm army being cleared on this side. Daut with some excellent forward pressure there. But ACCM at the end of the day managing to deal with most of it as the fortified church takes out another villager. If a relic is garrisoned, it fires 1 arrow. Second TC for Daut. Second TC for ACCM. And he's bringing another relic forward. Right. Oh, okay. That's that's better. That'll help protect his villagers forward as well. Uh-oh. Yep, finding this TC back here. Scorpion's clearing up some of the crossbows, though. And once the crossbows are down, the skirmisher shouldn't be that much of a threat. But he does kill 2 villagers and delays the town center. Over on this side, we got a fortified church from Daut. Wants to buff up that efficiency on his villagers. That's exactly what he's going to do. And it's also a place he can garrison and find some safety in these dark and troubling times. Ned's clearing this army at the back. Now, you might be watching this and thinking this is how all games are going to play out with these 2 civs. I don't think so. If it's anything like any other new civs that come out, there's an immediate period right away as Daut, once again, is struggling against Siege. Name a more iconic duo. There is an immediate period whenever any civ comes out where people think it's busted right away. And it takes a few months to figure out. We will have Warlords, right, over the next 20 days or so to give us an idea of how good these civs truly are. But I'm sure some counterplays will be figured out very quickly.
Fuck you all. Your lives are so sad. I get a charity.
Do you drop off res in a fortified church? I don't think so. No. And it doesn't fire arrows unless there's villagers garrison. Right now, ACCM, I think, is just looking for monks with those light cap. 3 TCs for Daut, 64 vills, 62 villagers for ACCM, and Daut's fortified churches are giving him a little bit of an eco boost here. Can't see the gather rate, but it's up by 10%, basically. Right. 10 kills on the Mangonel. And the knight comes in. ACCM, he's got to notice this, and he does. Does deal with that knight, but not before 2 more villagers go down. And let's see if Daut manages to deal with this light cab. He does not. Monk dies. What on earth is this? Also, respect to this tower. That has been the only thing attacking this TC, I'm pretty sure. That fortified church has been attacking this house. Respect to this tower. That TC is on fire. ACCM, lame the farms, maybe? Oh, okay. Redemption on the way for ACCM. He has 373 stone. Daut clears up the Mangonel finally over on this side as ACCM goes for more light cab. Also going for a Mangonel forward to help the tower against the TC. Daut has a lot of stone as well. And if he goes for a castle here, well, could maybe take the relic, right? But redemption is in, and Daut is forced to delete the Mangonel. Now, you can't charge up on buildings anymore. You can't charge a conversion and switch it to a unit. So Daut can actually come in here, but I don't think he has really anything. He's getting the light cab tech right now, but he's going to be He's going to have to delete these buildings, and he does. So good job from Daut there. If he gave those buildings away, well, that would be a problem. Stone has been... Oh my god! ACCM does not go for the castle right there. He goes for the castle over here. That's going to cut off the gold. Going to be within range of this fortified church. He's got the monks to support it. He's got more villagers coming forward. He still has archers inside this tower here. As Daut is forced to delete the siege workshop. And things are not going particularly well for Daut right now. ACCM even going for a warrior priest now. You can see the attack power on these. They can't convert units, but they can heal. And they look absolutely badass. Look at this guy. Looks like Ragnar Lothbrok here. Even harnessing the power of lions. Some monks going down there. ACCM is going to complete this castle. Daut is going to go for a forward castle of his own. Daut is going for a forward castle. ACCM, does he see this in time? He does. He notices it. He's got a warrior priest over here as well. Let's see if this is going to be a Daut castle. Probably not. He's got enough villagers. He's probably going to get this up, but what does it get him at the end of the day? Because he's still being harassed over on this side. Knights over here killing some villagers. Daut will now go for a siege workshop, and we've got a forward from both players. And it's just to dodge the mangonel shots as well. And he's going to clear both of these up. Good job from Daut over here. Really nice job from Daut. Apply some aggression, right? ACCM has taken his eye off Daut's base now. 96 villagers against 97. Absolute crazy game here. The first game we've seen with these two civs. And it's just a wild one. And ACCM needs to be careful that this church doesn't go down. That's 4 relics inside. And it's not like the church has extra armor here. It doesn't. It's got the same level of armor as a normal monastery. And now the light cav are coming in here as well. ACCM went for pikemen. Infantry armor upgrade on the way. He can get help in Castle H. Who will get Imp first? I don't even know if like Imp is on the cards here for both of them. It might be a help play for ACCM. He's got so much gold. He could buy the food he needs. Get Halberdier. You see Daut buying more stone to go for a castle over here. He's got so much wood in the bank, and it's just so hard to macro with all of this going on. It's a wild game. It really is. 103 villagers for both. Forward castles for both. Daut's cavalry, I think healing over time, right? Not going to help him very much against pikemen. And ACCM, I think he should go for halbs here. He's trying to defend these relics. And he's brought a couple of them already back to this fortified church. Still trying to deal with the light cav. Meanwhile, up here, pikemen coming in. Halberdier, bro. We need Castle Age Halb as Daut takes out the production buildings from ACCM forward. Over on this side, Castle v Castle. Ram is coming in too. ACCM falling back to his fortified church. He's got still 2 monks inside of that thing. He'll garrison more villagers, which means he gets more arrows from this. And ACCM needs to try and defend this castle. Composite Bowman is out. These things ignore Pierce Armor. Manaspa is out from Daut. 22 pikemen. We need Halb. We need Halb, ACCM. Stat! We need it! Stat! He's repairing the mule cart. He's not repairing the church. 150 population here from ACCM. 130 population for Daut. The church goes down. Composite bowmen are coming in. Castle is losing HP. He goes for another fortified church behind this. Look at the gold collection from Daut forward. It's not looking great. ACCM goes for a defensive castle over here. Daut goes for an aggressive castle over on this side. ACCM could notice that. Maybe go for a castle here and then click up to Imp. And yeah, I think Halb is something for later now that you have that amount of resources. And he's going to go up. ACCM is on the way to Imperial Age. Daut has 57 on food right now. The farming eco from Daut has been insane. Does ACCM see that castle? He still doesn't know about the castle. He'll know about it soon, likely. As soon as the villagers come back out here, he'll see the castle. Could go for a defensive one. Treb that down potentially. He's getting another castle over here. He's going to have to get the relics once again inside of the church. Holy, what a game. Oh my god. Can the warrior monk carry relics? Yes, it can. A disgusting game. In a good way. Really, really solid stuff. 30 pikemen here from ACCM. And the composite bowmen are over on this side with the pikemen. And the fortified church, like I said, isn't doing that much damage. So he can kind of sit on these farms, and he's denied Daut off quite a few of those. Manaspa are pretty strong, though. And Daut is producing a few more of those. We can see the stats here, 12 plus 1. But the more Manaspa that are nearby, they actually charge up based on how many are in the group. So they can get to, I think, plus 7 with full upgrades. Plus 8. Light Cav raiding around this side from Daut, 132 villagers. And we have pikemen here in defense from ACCM. These do not cut through ram armor. And ACCM needs to make sure his castle, you know, he doesn't give it up for free on that side. As the Light Cav are coming in again, he goes for another castle defensively. He gets him. He'll go immediately for Trebs. Still chasing the Light Cav and the Manaspa with his pikemen. He's repairing this castle now. And he will be able to take out this ram, and I think he's going to be able to save this castle as he goes for a trap. The castle is extremely weak, though. And something about these graphics, it doesn't look like it's as weak as it actually is. So he's got to be careful with that one. Imperial Age on the way for Daut, though. Will he be able to win another game with just pure macro? His farm count is insane, but ACCM also has 50 on food. Did he convert that ram? That's sick. Also taking out villagers forward here. Treb's working away on the castle. Daut going for more raids on this side. Skirmishers now. In addition to the Light Cav. We might need to see more composite bowmen here from ACCM. It feels like that unit should be enough to deal with Skirm and Light Cav. But there's 41 skirms on the field from Daut. Craziness. Daut is still a minute away from Imperial Age. Can he save this castle? He's going for more rams. He's got more fortified churches to boost his eco. Svan Towers. I know that gives a boost to towers. Does it also give a boost to fortified churches? It makes towers like scorpions, basically. So they have pass-through damage. Counts for castles, too. Interesting. Well, he's not really going to have many castles left. However, he's still killing the villagers from ACCM. ACCM is getting help now. But the cavalry is going kind of insane here for Daut. 104 villagers for ACCM. He's taking out the rams forward here. He's taking out the castle from Daut with his trebs. But he's still raiding. 90 villagers now from ACCM. Will Daut just be able to outproduce ACCM and raid him to death is the question. Will he be able to keep this castle alive? Still not even Bod Canero for ACCM. He has been struggling big time. The eco is just getting hit so hard over and over and over again. Now the cavalry are healing even more that Daut is an Imperial Age. You can even see it. You can see it happening. Let's click on one of these weak ones here. Crazy. Oh, this one. 73, 74. Castle, is it going to die? Capped Ram is coming in. Castle stays up. 2 more trips. Castle. Dead. 85 villagers for ACCM. 140 villagers for Daut. Daut will need to retreat now. The Halbs are coming in. The Trebs are clearing up everything. But cavalry still raiding at the back here. This castle has 18 kills. Should give you a good idea of how often Daut has been inside of ACCM's eco. Castle is being repaired here from ACCM. Daut only has 1 Treb. ACCM, save this castle if you can. Kill the Treb if you can. He's trying. The Treb shots are missing. All of them missed. Finally a hit. Finally another hit. Can he get another hit? The castle can't stay up for very long. And it goes down. Daut with 1 trebuchet kills the forward castle from ACCM, but he's still pushing forward. He has a mangonel now. And we know Daut doesn't do all that well with mangonels in this set. Treb coming forward from Daut. That's going to be cleared by the pikemen. ACCM needs to get his eco in order, but he's just constantly being raided over here. The Treb is still alive. The Treb is still alive, and capped rams are coming in too. ACCM has managed to stabilize a little bit, but he's still so far behind in eco. And it looks like Daut is just going to out macro him again. KD is almost even this game. Fortified Church is being attacked is very nice. That'll decrease the efficiency on Daut's eco. Also give his villagers nowhere to hide, as this Mangonel now has 13 killagers. Or killagers. 13 kills. Come on, Mangonel, you can do it. We want to see a 5th game, ACCM. What can you do for us? Longsword now coming in. 41 on food again. So he has stabilized somewhat. And he's killing the fortified churches. So Daut loses a lot of efficiency from that. But still, no way to really kill these skirms. And I think that's what the longswords are for. Another castle over here from Daut. Remember, this gold here from from Daut is covered by ACCM right now. And I don't think Daut has much gold income at all if we look around his base. Yeah, he's only got gold over here. Relics can be grabbed by ACCM, as he's going to clear this fortified church, and he's going to come out to this gold again. But once again, Daut is pushing from this side. And ACCM will need to stop this. It's been an incredible game. Daut, can we just not, like, die to Mangonels and Imperial Age? The Mangonels have been getting insane value. If I was ACCM, I'd just keep making Mangonels. Apparently, Georgians get hand cannons because they're coming in now. They're coming in hot. As the longswords are now dealing with this stuff over here. Daut does have all the upgrades, though, because he went into skirms, so his castles are doing decent damage against them. And he should be able to protect that Treb, but ACCM is now shifting all of his Trebs back here. That will give Daut access to this middle area. Access to this gold and this gold over here. And Daut, once again, just doing a phenomenal job this set. Why are the Trebs facing this way? We don't know. They're very confused. Oh, oh man. Oh man. Oh man. ACCM saves the Trebs. He saves the Trebs. And the castle goes down over here. Another barracks coming up from ACCM. Daut won't be able to save this castle, I don't think. The relics forward will go into Daut's hands. That castle does indeed go down. Lots of infantry in the queue for ACCM, but his eco is looking disastrous, and Daut will go for another stable here. Just look at the mini-map, guys. Daut is spreading out like a weed, or like some sort of disease. Everywhere. There's blue dots, and he's expanding on both sides. 58 on food right now. Army count, super solid at 50. 150 villagers behind that. Is the scout HP regen doing work? I think so, man. I really think it is. I think it's helped a lot. And he goes for another castle where the initial castle was. And that initial castle opened the game wide open. It looked like it was in favor of ACCM for a very long time there. And then Daut randomly, it seemed like, came forward with this castle. Things started to fall apart for ACCM. Right now, Daut's running into issues because he's pop capped and he doesn't have enough space for these hand cannons. So he doesn't have that much of a solution against the two-handed swordsman that ACCM is making. And he's actually going to lose this castle. However, raids are still coming in, and this is what he's done so well the entire game. The tower with the archers is doing 19 kills on that thing! Do we give the archers credit for this? That tower be doing work. Throw or just come back by Daut? I think it's a really solid comeback by Daut. I think this is just really solid play from Daut. It's hard to call this a throw from ACCM. And yeah, I think ACCM, once he gets below like 110 pop, he's going to realize things just aren't going his way. Daut's going to grab all these relics in the center. And the archers are dead. Tower has 22 kills. As ACCM now covers this area. And Daut is still coming in with the raids. Still has stables back here if he wants to raid. ACCM's eco again. And he's got access to gold now. So 33 on gold for him. The ACCM has 0 on gold. Beautiful. Beautiful game. What a way to kick off the expansion civs, right? And Warlords. One of the best games I've seen in a long time. I want to see the unique unit from Georgians. We have seen a few of them mixed in. He's got a Manaspo here. See? Look at him. Asnari Cavalry. So that does stuff. And as we know, stuff is extremely important. And to be more specific, it's minus 15% cavalry pop space. Which I totally knew without reading anything from the chat. But he's got the res to get it. I think there is a discrepancy here between resources from these two guys. Look at Daut's res up top. Look at the res from ACCM. Oh boy, he's still fighting on, but when you get below 100 pop in a game like this, it's time to call it. It's time to GG and focus on your next set as Daut goes from War Siege Workshops. Daut, an incredible comeback. Doing things his way. ACCM calls the GG, and he's going to win that 3-1. But, I mean, that was a close game. That was a close game. But Daut went for the forward castle, and then he just stretched out on the sides. I would have liked to see Halbin Castle Age. When he had 9 pikemen in the queue, and he wasn't really thinking about going up to Imp yet, and he had 20 pikemen on the field, I would have liked to see Halb. They do so much, like, so obviously pikemen are going to beat light cav in the engagements, but Halb do like double the bonus damage the pikemen do against light cav. So you nuke the raids with like half the number of units at the back. And they have more damage output against like skirms and stuff. But yeah, that's just sick. Really, really good stuff. Perfectly balanced. They deal plus 50%. I mean, sure. Basically double. Yo, Ed the Sock. Thank you for the tier 1. Appreciate it. Daut's eco. Insane. Right there. Precy. Thank you for the 5 gifted as well, bro. Appreciate it. Welsh. Thank you for the 4 months as well. Everything was just so close here in this game. And yeah, just super impressive stuff. Let's take a look at the efficiency numbers. Overall worker efficiency for Daut, 6% higher. Idle economy for Daut, a lot less, right? Hours less. Moving economy is actually more. But gathering eco, so much more for him as well. What a weird opening to that game, too. Super crazy. Okay. Loss for Armenians, win for Georgians, and Daut will win the first set of Warlords 3-1 over ACCM. ACCM is not out, though. He's got another shot.